The Maestro.
I know that.
That's it. That's it. That's it.
The Maestro.
The Maestro. Dirty.
Come on, y'all.
Really? I think that would be cool though. Why? The Maestro.
Shorts. Oh.
Let it go.
How about you hold it?
There's a lady in the waiting room.
Hello
She
and
got
welcome
legs
to
in
my
my
dirty
elbow
shorts.
and,
Yeah, okay. Okay. One day I'm going to say that and not laugh. All right, Coach Drayton, this one's for you. Coach Drayton pulled my coattails on a couple of things. We were talking about logos, and I made a comment about how many of the logos I really like here in SimWorld, and I could only make a list of the ones I didn't like, and he called me out. That's what good coaches do. Appreciate you, Coach. So here we go. I'll give you the three that I really like. We'll talk about why I like them in a minute. Philadelphia, Run DMV, that's classic straight look. And Best Coast, I think also has a great look. I did like Cascadia's old logo, which started all this. The new logo is hot too. But those amongst my tops that I really like because of what they bring to the table. I'm going to talk about what makes a good logo too. You know, I'm not going to just say something and walk away from it. I'm going to give you some analytics behind it, right? The logos that kind of make me question what's going on. Europe's logo, it looks just questionable to me because of, I feel like I'm in a doctor's office and they're going to operate on a certain part of my body with the way the free throw line pops in the middle. I'm just going to say that and we'll move on. I just like, yeah, I don't know. All right. Gulf Coast lockdown looks like somebody was walking down the alley and all of a sudden somebody pulled up on them and said, stop in the name of the law, or they saw a ghost. Like they're kind of scared, shaked out there. I get it's supposed to be a man in the defensive pose. I get that. But if I didn't know basketball, I think it was the logo to a horror movie. Indy Stripes, kind of looks like one of the minor league baseball teams I used to play on, or something from the movie Semi-Pro, like Love Me Sexy kind of thing. It's still cool, but you know, I was just like, I think we can do something a little bit more sleek for Indy Strike. I think of Indy, I think of race car, I think of the Brickyard, I think of something slick and fast and whatever. And I don't quite see that with them there. And Middle East, I really feel like there's something that's so cool that could be done with Middle East because of just all the iconic architecture, Landstraat and stuff like that there, that it could just be just cooler. Maybe a little less busy, maybe something, I don't know. I think it could be cooler. And you'll understand what I mean when I talk about something in a minute. And the zombie stars, though, I get the idea of what it is because I see so many of the new video games and things like that with that sort of logo and that sort of setup. I kind of get where it's coming from. It's just, I know what it is, so I guess that's the point. But it just kind of looks questionable to me sometimes. I have to look at it a couple of times to realize what I'm looking at. So that's just me. Okay, so here are the three things that usually make a logo happen. The simpler they tend to be, the more powerful they tend to be. You get your idea out there, one or two main objects in the logo. You think of the Jumpman logo, you think of Nike, you think of even Pony. As janky as they were as a company, it still had a really verifiable logo. Even like the NYs for the Yankees or the Mets. I can't believe I said that. Those things, simple, pop, very quick. You can look at it. You can immediately know what it is. Number two, a good logo works good in color or black and white. If I see a logo in black and white, I should be able to recognize it the same way I recognize it in color. If there's a lot on it, going back to the first part again, for a first statement we made, if there's a lot on it, I have to read it. It's not really a logo. It's something else. A logo pops as an iconogram, like a picture that I can actually see, snapshot, make it happen in my brain. And lastly, it does need to pop. That's what I talked about earlier. The simpler the logo, the faster it pops, because not to make this a marketing class or a psychology of marketing class, but your brain immediately grabs that picture. Remember, sight has to go through billions and billions of neurons, right? You see something, the light refracts off it, blah, 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 blah. It goes through, and your brain has to then make a decision about what it's looking at. And that takes time. A second, 3/4 of a second is a long time. A good logo, simpler, less for the brain to process, less for the brain to have to organize. Boom, there you got it. My 3 things, again, for a logo: simple, can work in color or black and white, and it pops. Hopefully that helps. Coach, you got me on that one. Good job. Make me thinking about it. Talk about some of your favorite logos. What are some of the logos that have stood out to you over your lifetime that you've noticed, that you've liked, that you appreciate, that always bring it back to home for you? Whether it's a logo of something you like or don't like, you just recognize a logo and it totally stands out. Appreciate any feedback you give. Always thank you. And again, I got to tell you, never let Jason Bourne borrow your car.
Oh, wait, you want me to read?
Thank you for listening to the Maestro.
Thank you again for checking out the Maestro's Dirty.
Shorts.
Drop a tag below and give us a piece of your mind. See you next time and
Is it last call? Have you seen my glasses?
The Maestro. Dirty.
Shorts.